In ancient times, if you woke up feeling ill or weak, the doctor wouldn't ask where it hurt. They would ask how much blood you still had. Headache? They drained your blood. Fever? They drained your blood. And the weaker you became, the more confident everyone around you felt. Because back then, pain meant the medicine was working. No anesthesia, no science, just knives, fire, and belief. And here's the scariest part. People trusted it. Below are 10 ancient treatments that even today remain disturbing mysteries with no reasonable explanation. Number 10. Bleeding can cure everything. Imagine waking up with a headache. Not a severe one, just a mild, annoying, why does my head feel fuzzy kind of headache. Ancient medicine looked at that and said, ah yes, the problem is you have too much blood. Not bad blood, not cursed blood, just blood. So the solution was obvious. Open a vein and let it out. Preferably a lot of it. Back then, doctors believed the human body was controlled by 4 bodily fluids, called humors, and if they were out of balance, everything went wrong. Fever? Blood problem. Sadness? Blood problem. Anxiety and negative emotions? Still a blood problem. So they drained your body like juice from a fruit and nodded confidently while you slowly turned pale. If you felt dizzy, that meant the treatment was working. If you passed out, even better. That was your body resetting. Here's the psychological trick. People trusted this because something was happening. Pain felt effective. Blood felt dramatic. Watching a doctor do nothing feels suspicious. Watching them stab you? Oh, that feels professional. Your brain goes, wow, this is serious medicine. Ancient healthcare basically ran on vibes and visible suffering. And if the patient died? Simple explanation. The disease was too severe. Not the treatment. Absolutely not the treatment. That logic worked perfectly because the patient couldn't argue anymore. Ancient medicine wasn't about healing. It was about looking busy while nature did whatever it wanted. So yes, your ancestors genuinely believed that the closer you were to fainting, the closer you were to recovery. That was medicine, disguised as a magic trick. Number 9, holes in your skull. Imagine having migraines so bad you think, is the problem my skull? Ancient medicine heard that and said, finally, someone gets it. So they drilled holes in your head. Why? To release evil spirits, or bad air, or pressure, or negative energy. No one was entirely sure, but they were very committed. If you had seizures, hallucinations, or just acted strangely, this was the solution. Here's the weird part. Some people survived, and when they did, ancient healers felt validated. From a psychological perspective, survival equaled proof. No need to question anything further. Number 8, eating poison. At some point in history, someone looked at mercury, a shiny metallic poison, and thought, yes, this seems medicinal. Ancient medicine believed that if something was dangerous enough, it must be powerful. Mercury, arsenic, toxic herbs. If it could kill you, it could probably cure you first. To be fair, fire does kill bacteria. It also kills tissue, nerves, and your trust in doctors. But comfort was never the goal. Pain was proof. If it hurt badly enough, it must be working. Number 6, leeches know best. At some point, ancient medicine looked at a slimy, blood-sucking worm and said, this thing is a doctor now. Leeches were widely used. Psychologically, they worked because they shifted responsibility. If you didn't recover, it wasn't the doctor's fault. It was the leech's fault. And you can't argue with a leech. It has no medical license, no malpractice insurance, and no opinions. Ironically, leeches actually do help in some cases. So yes, Sometimes the worm won. Not because it was smart, but because biology occasionally gets lucky. Number 5, prayer as medicine. When medicine failed, which was often, ancient doctors turned to religion. Not research, not experiments, religion. If you didn't heal, the gods were angry. And when gods are angry, someone has to apologize. Prayers, rituals, charms, sacrifices, sometimes animals, sometimes objects, sometimes people, were considered valid treatments. Healing wasn't physical. It was negotiation. Bargaining with the universe, like, please stop whatever this is, I'm sorry? Psychologically, this worked because it gave meaning to suffering. Random pain is terrifying. Pain with a reason is strangely comforting. And if you recovered, the ritual worked. If you didn't, the gods decided otherwise. Ancient healthcare doubled as customer service for invisible entities, and you paid the bill. Number 4, disgust equals power. Ancient medicine loved disgusting things. Feces, urine, rotting plants, mold. If it smelled bad enough to make you gag, it must be strong. The logic was simple. Nature made it, so it must be useful. Psychologically, disgust signals potency. Your brain thinks, this is awful, so it must be serious. Modern medicine looks clean and boring. Ancient medicine looked like a biohazard, and that inspired confidence. Unfortunately, it also spread infections. But back then, if a treatment made you recoil, it felt effective. Comfort meant weakness. Pain meant commitment. Number 3, surgery without anesthesia. Imagine needing surgery in a world without anesthesia. No countdown, no gentle reassurance, just a few strong people holding you down while someone with questionable tools says, this will be quick. Ancient surgery wasn't about precision. It was about speed. Finish before the patient faints or bleeds out. Under that level of horror, the brain does something incredible. It dissociates. People described floating, echoes, feeling detached from their bodies. Ancient medicine thought this was spiritual, proof the soul was reacting. They accidentally discovered trauma centuries before psychology did. If someone survived, the surgeon was a hero. If they didn't, well, surgery is risky. Ancient medicine didn't understand infection, but it was very confident, which is alarming. Number 2, doctors without expertise. In ancient times, your doctor might also be your barber, dentist, shaman, and knife sharpener. No specialization, just vibes and experience. If something worked once, it became law. If it failed, bad luck. This system thrived on authority. If someone looked confident enough, people trusted them. Your brain still does this today. We confuse certainty with competence, even when it's unfounded. Ancient doctors were walking confidence machines. No doubt, no hesitation. And that made people feel safe, until it didn't. Ironically, the less they knew, the more confident they were. Because doubt requires knowledge. Number 1, the forgotten truth. Here's the strangest part. Ancient medicine wasn't stupid. It was human. People observed patterns. They experimented. They learned. Slowly. The real problem wasn't ignorance. It was overconfidence. They confused coincidence with causation, survival with proof, pain with progress. But without those failures, modern medicine wouldn't exist. Every terrible idea, every horrifying treatment, every unnecessary hole drilled into a skull taught humanity one lesson. Don't be confident when you're guessing. Ancient medicine wasn't evil. It was impatient, and the cost of impatience was measured in lives.